23 years old, night shift attendant at a 24-hour laundromat called The Spin Cycle, located on the edge of the city, where the streetlights flicker and the pavement is always damp. Job is simple. Mop floors. Unjam the coin machine. Sell mini boxes of detergent to insomniacs. Listen to the hum of 30 industrial washers vibrating the linoleum. It's a liminal space. Time doesn't exist here between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. Just white noise and fluorescent buzzing. I like it. No expectations. No career ladder to fall off of. Just me and the machines. Tuesday night, 2:14 a.m. Rain is hitting the front window. The kind of rain that sounds like static. Shop is empty except for old man Jenkins in the back, sleeping in front of dryer 8. He's not washing anything. Just likes the warmth. I leave him be. Bell above the door chimes. Gust of cold wind cuts through the smell of fabric softener and bleach. Look up from my beat-up paperback. A girl walks in. Soaking wet, not just damp, drenched, holding a plastic laundry basket covered with a trash bag. She looks like she swam here. Mid-20s, maybe. Messy hair plastered to her forehead, wearing a chef's coat that's stained with red sauce and grease. Oversized cargo pants. Crocs. She stops at the entrance, dripping onto the mat. Looks at me. Eyes are dark, tired, bags under them big enough to carry groceries. She walks to the change machine. Inserts a soggy $10 bill. Machine spits it out. She tries again. Machine spits it out. She sighs. A sound that rattles in her chest. Shoulders slump. She leans her forehead against the metal of the machine. I put my book down. Walk over. It hates wet money, I say. Voice cracks a little. Haven't spoken in 4 hours. She jumps, turns around. Do you have change? Her voice is raspy, like she's been shouting orders all night. I nod. Go to the register. Swap her wet 10 for a roll of quarters. Fingers brush. Her hand is ice cold. Mine is warm from holding a coffee cup. Thanks, she mumbles. She drags her basket to washer 5, shoves a pile of white chef coats in, pours in detergent, slams the door, feeds the quarters, sits on the orange plastic chair directly in front of the machine, stares at the water filling up, doesn't move, doesn't look at her phone, just watches the clothes spin. I go back to the counter, try to read, keep watching her over the top of the page. She falls asleep sitting up, head bobbing, then snaps back. Cycle finishes 40 minutes later. She moves clothes to the dryer, sits back down, sleeps again. Dryer buzzes. She folds everything with terrifying precision. Sharp creases, perfect squares, stacks them in the basket. Walks to the door, pauses. Night, she says. Night, I say. She leaves. I mop up the puddle she left on the mat. Smell of rain and heavy-duty detergent lingers. Don't think much of it. Weirdos come in all the time. Next Tuesday, 2:10 a.m. Rain again. Bell chimes. She's back. Same chef coat. Same tired eyes. Same basket. Does the exact same routine. Washer 5. Orange chair. Stare at the glass. Pass out. I'm restocked on quarters this time. She comes to the counter. 10? She asks. 10, I confirm. Slide the roll across. She takes it. Machine 5 squeaks. She says, "It's the belt." I say, "It's rhythmic." She says, "Helps me sleep." That's the most she's said to me. She goes to sit. I watch her again. Not in a creepy way. Just, she's the only moving thing in the room besides the drum. She wakes up when the spin cycle hits high velocity. Rubs her face. Looks at me. Catches me looking. I look away immediately. Pretend to count inventory of dryer sheets. Hear her footsteps approach the counter. Oh, God. "Do you have coffee?" I point to the vending machine in the corner. "It tastes like battery acid and sugar," I warn. She grimaces. Perfect. She buys a cup, sips it, winces. "You weren't lying." I never lie about coffee. She leans against the counter, just for a second. "I'm a Lara," she says. "Anon," I say. "Okay, Anon." She goes back to her laundry, folds everything, leaves. This becomes the Tuesday routine. For 2 months. Every Tuesday, 2 a.m., she comes in. Chef White's covered in different stains, sometimes green pesto, sometimes flour, sometimes blood, meat. Hopefully, we exchange the $10. She drinks the battery acid coffee. We exist in the same silence. It's nice, comfortable. I start making a fresh pot of actual coffee at 1:50 a.m. Just in case. Week 9. She walks in, sniffs the air. Is that Arabica? I shrug. Found an old coffee maker in the storage room. Cleaned it out. Pour her a cup in a styrofoam cup. Slide it across. She takes a sip, closes her eyes, lets out a long breath. Shoulders drop 2 inches. "You are a god," she whispers. "Just a guy with a filter," I say. She pulls a small Tupperware container out of her bag, places it on the counter. "Payment," she says. "I can't take tips. It's not money, it's failure." "Excuse me?" New recipe. Focaccia with caramelized onions and goat cheese. Crust is slightly too dense. Head chef hated it. I was going to throw it at a pigeon. She slides it closer. "Eat it or don't." She goes to machine 5. I open the container. Smell hits me. Yeast, sweet onions, herbs. Take a bite. It's cold, and it's the best thing I have ever tasted in my entire life. I eat the whole thing in 3 minutes. She comes back while waiting for the dryer, sees the empty container, smirks. A tiny thing, just the corner of her mouth lifting. "Bird safe?" she asks. "Pigeons don't deserve this," I say. She laughs. Sound is rusty, like she hasn't used it in a while. Good to know. Routine shifts. Now she brings failures every Tuesday. Sometimes a slice of lemon tart with a cracked crust. Sometimes risotto balls that are too salty. They aren't. Sometimes just half a sandwich she didn't finish. I provide the coffee. We start talking during the wash cycle. Not deep stuff, just observations. Dryer 3 is making a weird noise, she says. One night. Bearing is going. Parts are on back order. Machine 5 is still squeaking. I greased it. I know. It's quieter. I kind of miss the rhythm. I can ungrease it. She looks at me over the rim of her cup. Don't bother. One night, it's snowing. Heavy, wet snow. City is silent. No cars. Just the hum of the shop. She's sitting on the counter. Technically not allowed, but I don't care. Swinging her legs. wearing fuzzy socks with ducks on them. Why do you work nights? She asks. Insomnia? I lie. Really? No. I just like the quiet. People are loud. Machines are honest. She nods slowly, looking at her hands. Lots of small burn marks on her knuckles. Knife callus on her index finger. Kitchens are loud, she says softy. Yelling, clanging, fire. Everyone is angry all the time. Perfection is the minimum requirement. She looks around the laundromat. Here, things just spin. Get clean. Simple. It's boring, I say. Boring is a luxury, she says. She hops off the counter. Timer is up. Watch her fold. She folds my hoodie that I left on the chair by accident. Doesn't say anything. Just hands it to me, perfectly squared. Thanks, I mumble. Put it on later. Smells like rosemary and high-end detergent. Feel weirdly safe. Week 15. She doesn't show up. 2 a.m. comes and goes. I check the door. Maybe the weather is bad? No, clear skies. 3 a.m. Coffee is getting cold. I pour it down the sink. Maybe she quit the restaurant. Maybe she bought a washing machine. Maybe she found a laundromat closer to home. Feel a hollow thud in my chest. Ignore it. Clean the lint traps. Scrub the floor until it squeaks. Week 16. Still no show. I start reading a book on baking. Don't know why. Just curious what proofing actually means. Old man Jenkins asks me for a quarter. I give him 2. You look like crap, kid, he says. Thanks, Jenkins. Week 17. Tuesday, 2:45 a.m. I've given up, sitting on the floor behind the counter fixing a loose wire. Bell chimes. Scramble up. Hit my head on the shelf. Ignore the pain. It's her. She looks terrible. Worse than the first day. Pale, shaking. No laundry basket. Just her in an oversized coat. She walks to the counter, doesn't say hi, just leans her elbows on the laminate and puts her face in her hands. Coffee? I ask. She nods into her palms. I pour a fresh cup, put 2 sugars in it. I noticed she likes 2 sugars 3 weeks ago. Slide it to her. She wraps both hands around the cup, knuckles white. I got fired, she says. Voice is flat. Oh, I say. Head chef screamed at me. Threw a pan. I walked out. Good, I say. She looks up, eyes red. Good? I have rent. I have bills. I have no reference. He threw a pan, I say. You don't stay where people throw pans. She stares at me. I have no laundry, she says. I didn't know where else to go. You don't need laundry to be here. I pull the orange chair from machine 5, drag it behind the counter. Sit, she sits. We stay there for hours. I do my inventory. She drinks coffee. Silence isn't comfortable tonight. It's heavy, but shared. Around 4 a.m., she asks, "Are you hiring?" I laugh. You want to mop floors for minimum wage. I want to not be yelled at. Boss is cheap. Only 1 person per shift. Okay. She rests her head on her arms on the counter, falls asleep. I turn off the main overhead lights. Leave just the security lights on. It's dim and blue. I stand guard. Watch the door. Make sure old man Jenkins doesn't snore too loud. 6 a.m. Sun is coming up. Gray light filtering through the window decals. She stirs, wakes up with a start. What time is it? 6. Shit, I stayed all night. Yeah. She stands up, stretches, back pops. She looks at me. Really looks at me. You stayed awake? It's the night shift, kind of the job. Right. She hesitates, moves closer, reaches out and fixes the collar of my uniform polo. Fingers brush my neck. Skin feels like it's burning where she touched. Thanks, Anon. Anytime, Elara. She leaves. I watch her walk down the street, hands in pockets, head down. I touch my collar, feel like an idiot. Next Tuesday, she comes in, carrying a laundry basket and a resume. Can you proofread this? She asks. I fix washing machines. I don't know corporate speak. Please, you read all those books. So we sit. She does laundry. I mark up her resume with a red Sharpie. Too humble, I say. You ran the line? Yeah. Put managed high-volume production in fast-paced environment. She laughs. You're full of shit. I'm a professional. Weeks pass. She gets a job. Small bakery. Early hours means she has to be up at 4 a.m. Routine changes. She stops coming at 2 a.m. on Tuesdays. Instead, she comes in at 4:30 a.m. on her way to work. Just for 10 minutes. Brings me a fresh croissant from the morning batch. Still warm. I have coffee ready. We stand by the door. Quick handoff. How's the bearing in dryer 3? She asks. Fixed it. Good. How's the dough? Sticky. Humidity is high. Good luck. Sleep well, Anon. It's barely a conversation, but it's the highlight of my shift. I start sleeping less during the day, waiting for Tuesday morning. Summer hits. AC in the laundromat breaks. It's 90 degrees inside. Sweat sticking my shirt to my back. 4:30 a.m. She comes in, wearing a sundress. I have never seen her legs before, or her arms without sleeves. Brain short circuits. It's an oven in here, she says. AC compressor died. She hands me an iced latte. Where did you get this? Made it. Brought ice packs. She presses the cold plastic cup against my cheek. Condensation runs down my neck. We stare at each other. The air is thick. Hum of the machines seems louder. She doesn't pull her hand away. You're sweating, she says. It's hot. Yeah. Her eyes flick down to my lips. Then, back up. Panic.exe. I take a step back. Thanks for the coffee. She blinks. Hand drops. Smile fades a little. Sure. See you next week. She leaves. I kick the counter. Hard. Bruise my toe, idiot. Next week, I plan a speech. Something cool. Something about how I like croissants and maybe her. 4:30 a.m. She doesn't come. 5 a.m. Nothing. 6 a.m. Shift ends. I walk home. Feel like I swallowed a rock. Maybe she realized I'm just a laundry guy. Maybe she met a baker. Someone who understands yeast. Wednesday night. I'm working cover for a sick coworker. 11 p.m. Place is busy. Moms yelling at kids. College students trying to wash rugs. Chaos. I'm unclogging a coin slot with a butter knife. Excuse me. Turn around. It's Elara, not in uniform. Jeans and a t-shirt. You're not supposed to be here, I say. Stupidly, "You weren't there this morning," she says. What? "I came by at 4:30 on Tuesday. Shop was closed. Sign said plumbing emergency." Oh, right. The main pipe burst. Yeah. Flood. Had to close. "I thought you quit," she says. She looks angry. "I thought you left and didn't tell me. I wouldn't leave. You didn't have my number. I didn't have yours. I realized I have no way to find you if you aren't standing behind that counter at 4 a.m. She steps closer, ignoring the guy trying to squeeze past with a laundry bag. "It scared me," she says. "I'm here," I say. "I see that." She reaches into her pocket, pulls out a Sharpie, grabs my arm, writes a number on my forearm. "Text me," she says. "Okay. Not about laundry." "Okay. And not about croissants." What should I text about? She looks me in the eye. Smirk is back. Figure it out. She caps the marker, turns to leave. "Wait," I call out. She stops. "Machine 5 is free," I say. She laughs. "I have a washer at my new apartment, idiot." "Oh, but I have a lot of dry cleaning." "Do you guys do that?" "We don't." "Yes, I lie." "Bring it in." "Friday night." "I'm working." "I know." She walks out. I look at my arm. Ink is black against my skin. I enter the number into my phone. Text. "This is Anon. The AC is fixed." Reply comes instantly. Good. Because I'm bringing dinner Friday, and I don't want to melt. Friday comes. She brings lasagna. We eat on the folding table in the back. Store is empty. Rain is falling again. Sounds like static. "This is good," I say. "It's perfect," she corrects. "No failures today." No failures. She reaches across the table, takes my hand. Her palm is warm. Calluses against calluses. I missed the hum. She says, "The machines?" "The quiet," she says, "with you." I squeeze her hand. "Heart rate is doing something dangerous." "I'm not going anywhere," I say. She smiles, leans in, kisses me. Tastes like tomato sauce and mint gum. And rain. And something that feels like waking up. We break apart. Machine 5 starts its spin cycle. Squeaks. I forgot to grease it again. She laughs against my shoulder. "Don't fix it," she whispers. "Okay?" We sit there, watching the laundry spin, hand in hand. 24 years old, minimum wage, night shift. Best job in the world. Life is good.